embarrassed to be sitting here in your presence, having to even dignify you with an answer of my opinion.
This has gotta be one of the most pointlessly cruel hills you could ever choose to die on. Let me just quickly set the scene for you. This is Joe Irving, and he just completed an incredible performance on the X Factor New Zealand, and he's getting glowing reviews from 2 of the judges. However, the other 2 judges are visibly upset and have been during the entire performance, and if you're watching at home, you have absolutely no idea why this is happening. But luckily, the 2 upset judges do not even pretend to have a problem with the musical performance and tell us exactly why they're upset. Spoiler alert, it's really fucking dumb.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am just going to state the obvious. We have a doppelganger in our midst. As an artist who respects creative integrity and intellectual property, I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband. From the hair to the suit, do you not have any value or respect for originality?
Yeah, you heard that right. This man is unoriginal because he's wearing a suit and has a clean-cut hairstyle. If that's the case, then every single person since, like, what, 1920 is completely creatively bankrupt and has no originality whatsoever.
You're a laughingstock. It's cheesy.
But
it's disgusting.
Cleopatra?
I personally found it absolutely artistically atrocious. I am embarrassed to be sitting here in your presence, having to even dignify you with an answer of my opinion.
Imagine calling someone a laughingstock while thousands of people are booing you for your horrible, narcissistic, shitty take. You and your husband, I should say, are the only people in the room thinking what you are thinking right now. I also love how at the end she leans back in her chair like it's some sort of mic drop statement moment. Lady, the crowd is booing so loud, they're actually louder than you in the audio mix. Your voice is almost inaudible.
I'm alright. Yeah, Joe,
Thank you, Natalia. You're beautiful.
To me, it just feels a little bit cheap and absurd. I mean, it's like Norman Bates dressing up in his mother's clothing. It's just a little bit creepy, and I feel like you're gonna stitch someone's skin to your face and then kill everybody in the audience.
Let me just fucking remind everybody, these serial killer fear accusations are being thrown out because this man is wearing a well-fitted suit and rocking a classic haircut. And by the way, this was back in like 2012, so people might not remember, but this Willy Moon guy was not like on top of the music scene. He was not super well known. It wasn't like, oh yeah, you got Kanye, Jay-Z, Lady Gaga, and Willy Moon. Like, the only reason he is on this show is because his wife, Natalia, was doing pretty well at the time, and she wanted to bring him on as a judge as well.
But, do you?
I'm gonna say it. It's disgusting. You make me sick. It's absolutely disgusting. You have no identity. I can't stand it. I'm ashamed to be here.
The thing that bums me out the most is, like, our friend Joe over here, our protagonist in this story, is starting to look legitimately upset. Like, clearly the crowd is on his side, but it's still hard to get an ear beating like this and not be emotionally affected by it. This was supposed to be his moment. Like, apparently he was kind of struggling on the show, just getting by, and this was his breakthrough performance, and just like that, the air is sucked out of the fucking room.
I think I look really good, and
I think you look good because you're dressed as my husband.
Luckily, for me at least, so I can fucking sleep tonight, one of the other judges comes through and speaks some fucking reason for the first time in the last 2 minutes.
Actually, you're dressed better than her husband.
thank you, Mel. Thank you, Mel.
Actually, Mel needs
glasses.
I'm not being so well behaved.
This woman refuses to stop leaning back in her chair like she's some badass dropping truth bombs with the fucking crowd booing at her. Like, you are delusional. I think it's a good thing that you think very highly of your husband, but you gotta just, like, come down a little bit off of that pedestal with the misconceptions about his influence on the greater music scene. Like, it's just not there, dude.
Do you know what, Joe? See, I don't think many people have believed in you in your life, but I tell you right now, I believe in you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have got
Thank you,
what it takes. You've got a beautiful tone. Please, don't listen.
I'm so glad that at least this segment of the show ended on a positive note, and Joe knows that everybody that's living in reality thinks he did a good job. But this is not where the story ends. Things went downhill very quickly for Natalia and Willy after this. As a result of this tirade, Natalia Kills was actually fired from the show. The funny part is, all of the articles that I've been looking at don't mention anything about Willy being removed from the show, probably because, like I mentioned before, he was only there because his wife was famous at the time. And the backlash against the two of them was so strong that Natalia legally changed her name, and Willy Moon changed the stage name that his band goes by. And to this day, they still receive hate in their comments on, like, almost every single post, which I don't really approve of. It was like 6 or 7 years ago. I'm really just here to cover some cringe thing that happened on TV, but I hope that these people are grown. If you don't learn a lesson from this, then there's probably something just deeply wrong with you on a base level. It just kind of goes to show that no matter how hot you feel you are at a certain time, no matter how meteoric your rise is, you know, if you're being recorded on national television, it might be a good idea to treat people with just, like, a little bit of respect, not accuse them of seeming like a serial killer, not accuse them of being a doppelganger and make them almost cry on live television. Just, you know, don't be too big for your britches. New video on Reddit's stalker subreddit on the right, new sad cringe cringetopia on the left, lovely channel members in the middle. Hope you're skating on to the best of your abilities, drinking a sufficient amount of water, and I'll see you super soon. Peace out, Cub Scouts.